Yo, what up, anime fans? I am back after a few days. My last review at the time of recording this was Kinnikuman. I do plan to continue reviewing the anime because I really enjoyed it. Alongside the manga, I enjoyed both, and I can't wait to finish them. And then get on to Nisei, then the Perfect Origin arc. So, probably won't make it in time for season 3 though. Who knows what's going to happen in the next few months? Also, I apologize, there's going to be noise also, if there's any noise. Somewhere's going on outside. I don't think there's someone in the garden out or something. I don't know. So if you hear a noise, that's why. Anyway, this is gonna be a what was the time again? Premiere review. That's it. This will be going out some point in July. Right? Well, this is a time review. As today, I'm in This is Samurai Season 1. Got the manga already. I like to do, when I review anime based on manga, I always like first out or review the first arcs in the mangas. I like to have the manga with me to do it sometimes. If I don't have it, then I can't do it. So when I do eventually get a hold of it, and I'm still doing reviews on them, I'll show them in that video. That's what I do. So yeah, Season 2 premieres in July. No exact date, just July 2026. Oh yeah, actually years ago, Family Season 2 comes out this month. So my video on that's coming out. I recorded that like 2-3 months ago at this point. And what day is it today? Still in April. Around April 9th, 7th? Oh. April 9th. As we got 2 episodes coming on Friday and Saturday. We got Kyokuro coming out this weekend on Saturday. I already covered the first arc of that for episode coming, so I'll be up to date for episode 2. And tomorrow, going to Elusive, we get the remake of Fist of the North Star. When I'm recording this, obviously. That's interesting that we got Fist of the North Star remake. The remake's coming out tomorrow. Then it's back to come out in April. I guess the summer month. Well, it makes sense to show it in the summer month. A lot of kids will be home from school. The perfect time. I just saying, this wasn't unprepared. Damn. I'm going to continue reading March. Should have watched the original anime when I had a chance. So, yeah. I could review the anime on Monday. Let's see. Actually, plan to cover the 100 girlfriends that really, 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 really love you on the weekend. Yeah, I want to give those two a watch. The Forever Season 3. I see some outdoors and clips, and I loved it, enjoyed it. So, anyway, backstory. Elusive Samurai is a manga series written by Yusei Matsui. I hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, that sounds familiar. He's behind one of the most popular Shonen Jump mangas out there, Assassination Classroom, which I already covered a few months ago, as my videos on it actually came out around last month. So if you like those. Videos on it just came out last month. I'll be able to review the pilot and the 2 live action movies and the manga. But we still don't know when the movie's coming out in English. Because they got released in English, complete the entire run. So still stuff we don't know about yet. I was there when the anime premiered back in 2024, but that year was not exactly a good year for me. If you've been on the channel a while, you know exactly what happened, but you don't know. back in 2024, we were having internet issues for a couple of months. So I wasn't able to wasn't able to properly review anime at the time. Because everything would just buffer. And I don't want that to be a pain in the ass. But so yeah, I was there when I had internet troubles for the past couple of months. So I never finished the anime. I only watched like episode 1. And I also seen a bit of the manga. Only I did initially do a review on the first arc of the manga, but it wasn't really satisfied with that review. I got a lot better doing my reviews these days. So yeah. Well, this technically is a battle manga. I say technically, but not in the traditional sense of technique versus technique type of stuff. Or again, there's something wrong with that actually. And I regret it being too hard in the series Ayakashi Triangle for that. When it's more like Hell Teacher Nube, episodic adventure with action elements. So when I do eventually rewatch Ayakashi Triangle, I'm gonna make sure to actually give it a proper chance this time. And a full review. My mentality might have been affected due to the many delays it suffered. Because of pandemic issues going on about the time. Did mention like 2024, I think. No, come on, 2022. I mentioned 2023. I think anyway. So let's get into the story. So the story takes place in the year 1333, early on in the 14th century. I don't know about Japanese periods. I've been with the Edo period and Meiji. Been with the Edo period, but you get what I mean. Or specific eras. Mostly it's based on it's based on the person who was ruling Japan at the time. Anyway. As I said, the story takes place in 1333, around the early 14th century. I was focused on a young boy who protagonized Tokiyuki Hojo. Just an ordinary boy who likes running away. People say he's cowardly for that, but you can tell he's just having a lot of fun. Just peaceful. Everything's peaceful. See the people, other residents of the just smile and seeing that. Tokiyuki is a likable protagonist. This cast features mostly younger characters. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. This series is one of the rare manga to feature a lot of younger characters compared to Assassin's Class, where we were just high school students. But Tokiyuki is younger than that. He's only 8 years old. So I also looked up. Also, interesting enough, something I found out. The author, Yusei Matsui, was actually assistant to Yoshio Sawai, author of Bobobo. That classic anime. It's based on a Shonen Jump manga. But we have a little detail here in my copy of the manga, copy of Elusive Samurai. It says Ultimate Muscle. That if this was like this in the 2000s, I understand, but this is a 2020s manga, and it's still referring to it as Ultimate Muscle. That makes no damn sense. Does he mean like the English translation of Kinnikuman Nisei? What does it mean? It's confusing. Just say Kinnikuman. Everyone knows what Kinnikuman is. It's just weird that this had just kept the English term ultimate muscle, not given its original Japanese name, Kinnikuman. That's kind of bothersome to me. But, yeah. And it turns out his Ashley's first manga, Neuro Supernatural Detective, released in 2007. Didn't get an anime until 2012. No, wait, that's my bad. I meant it did an anime at that age, but none of us wasn't audience ever read or watched the series. Because it's not later, sadly. Even Masaru's popularity is well known thanks to Assassination Classroom. Assassination Classroom became published in Weekly Shonen Jump in 2012. And just know what, and at the time of recording this, I think the manga's over and get its run. I wish Matsui Locker will work his plan next. But will luck strike him a fourth time? We'll just wait and see if he ever does decide to do a new serialization. So, everyone was happy. There was this general whose name I can't remember sadly. Don't you have a lot of respect for the general? Seems like a kind person. But some things will slightly change once he meets a very suspicious man named Yoshige Suwa, who claims to be a servant of God. He's with his daughter Shizuku. Yoshige says he can see into the future. Now, when I was watching this, I initially assumed he could only see through a small window into the future. As he mentions that in 2 years' time, Toriyuki will become a hero. Because Toriyuki doesn't see himself as one. So, yeah, that's why I initially thought he could see just only a small amount of time into the future. But it turns out he can see more farther into the future. No joke. Because sometimes he makes jokes based on events, saying some things will be different names. That's just weird. So you can see very far into the future, but of course does not disclose it, which makes sense because that could really have a negative effect on the timeline if things change. So anyway, Yuki has a nice conversation with whatever. Again, showing they care for Venus, and they both really do care about each other. But we get, after the ball bounces off, we get a ton of whiplash as we transition into his brother's head being cut off, just falling to the ground. Someone else up here? I don't know what this is. So yeah, that was tonal whiplash. Like, imagine you're a reader reading this for the first time, not knowing anything about the series. Look. Oh, the manga, I can remember the name. I'm an adult. Takauji, that's the name of the guy. So, yeah, I can't believe I didn't think of looking the fucking manga. So, yeah. Hey, before that, Yoshike is a bit more suspicious when he first appears. Is the scene. Imagine, just imagine reading this. Just imagine reading this. And getting to the next page. Whammo. Yeah. That's whiplash there. I think, anyway. But yeah, imagine reading that and jump at the time it came out. That is shocking. You never expect that. So yeah. Ben's went to hell because they were betrayed by Takauji. Basically working for their enemies. Everyone in the Hojo clan's been killed. Including his self-blamed fiancée, Kyoko. Yeah, she appeared briefly. The way it's set up, you think it's just be a simple adventure of these characters. Only that most of the characters you meet at the start are immediately killed off soon, following pages in the chapter. Like, damn, that's some serious shit. Good guide. So after that, Kyoko. So yeah, Yuki has lost everything. What's it doing? Yoshige and Shizuku show up. Basically, Yoshige claims that his brother, who was a puppet ruler, was asked to take care of him. I was convincing. And Tokiyuki is now his battle spirits being reunited, using his lucidness to his advantage. Making so each spell in the series is like referred to as gamer tag. That's what makes it quite unique battle manga. Now, Protagonist is not really much of a fighter in a way. He's trying to use his own skill, not fighting with strength or anything like that, or tactics. Well, technically, he's using this, but he's using his own elusiveness, his agility, to take care of his opponents instead of using his strength. That makes him a very unique protagonist for the Jump. I like how when authors get creative with their works, you know. Anyway, Tokiyuki, ends up being taken to the safekeeping at the Sewer clan. Before that, he makes his two other people becomes his retainers, Kojiro and Ayako. Pretty young too. Yes. Hey, Tokiyuki ends up finding out what happened to his brother, betrayed by his own uncle. Lisa and his uncle's a real demon. Into a fight between the two that night. It was. And working together. Also, Kojiro and Ayako initially think they had to protect Tokiyuki because he's not really good with her, but you need to adapt to his illusion, not protect him, trust in him. Anybody working doing that? The kill managed to win. Basically cut off his head. So yeah. Now you got a mission for Tokiyuki to go and hide and try get stronger to one day take on Takauji when he's 10 years old. That fateful day. Takauji, he seems pretty insane with that smile on his face. Like, just smiling, that makes it even creepy. Let's look at the page. Still unclear why he betrayed them. What is his true ambitions? This is the page. It looks like a genuine smile. It's creepy. Also, I think Yoshike is played by the same actor who played Satoru Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen and Jin in World Trigger. I think. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, look at some of the other voice actors. They actually have been in Scram things. I look on actually. But you know, Doki Yuki in the dub is played by Abby Trott. You know her as Nezuko. Well, probably won't because she's most of the time. So you forget she plays her. Yeah. But you may know her, if you may know her as Yo Asakura in the 2021 Shaman King anime. So yeah. Johnny. Because the first major fight is again, not really a fight, really more like escaping. As they come across, and that type of conflict with one of the Empire's men who's incredibly skilled with keen sight. Sadamune. And skills. And he hates Shige. And even actually does, he believes, which is actually true, that he's hiding members of the Hojo. He's doing a bit of an archer operation where he ends up facing against Tokiyuki under an alias, of course. So not many people from outside the kingdom won't know who he is. Just Tokiyuki's never seen him before. So in the end, Tokiyuki wins. Wit Studios animation is gorgeous. I mean, also, correct me if I'm wrong about this. This must be, I think this is the first Shonen Jump anime to actually have the Weekly Shonen Jump logo in it. Yeah, you know what things I've been mentioning for a while in my Shonen Jump anime reviews? That some of the more recent ones have the Shonen Jump logo, but are inconsistent with using it. Like season first half of Sakamoto Days used it, but second half didn't. Like, it is confusing. You know what I mean? It is really confusing. I don't mind it not being there, but you're gonna stick with it or not. Make up your damn minds. I don't know why it's inconsistent. Maybe production times or something? I don't know. It is inconsistent, and I really find it annoying. But, not that. So, after that, to delay the time of him urchin in the place, you need to get the official degree. To that though, Tokiyuki must find a thief named Gemba. He's pretty young for a thief. His brother used all sorts of tricks in the past, but was exiled. And you know, the force encounter him. And he shows his tricks there. He seems really interesting. Also, he has the ability to shapeshift, which is useful. So the Gemba wears a fox mask on his face, and one very inconsistent when he speaks. Not to his voice, but mouth movements. Even you can't see his mouth sometimes. You can see his mouth sometimes. It's under that mask. Even when you see his teeth, you don't see his lips moving. You don't see any lips and stuff, you know? It's a little weird. I guess that's just part of the design now. Also, Tokiyuki's practicing archery. So, Gemba does agree to help with a price to get it back. on condition that Tokiyuki comes with him. As Tokiyuki agrees. He gets excited about this. Makes him really likable protagonist. Gemba just finds him weird. Anyone who meets him for the first time will find him weird, yes. Also, there's one scene later on where Kojiro sticks this finger up. Why? I get that kind of thing. The middle finger is censored in anime. Because TV broadcast standards are different than manga. But why not actually use a censored version like character Dot in Mashle? Like when he does it, it's blurred out, but he's still he's doing it. Anyway, Silver Tree. Within that, the mask that Gamba wears gives him the power to shapeshift into anyone. These were Beery's skills. He's obviously not to be trusted because he's a thief and stuff. Also, again, at the end of the person encounters someone with very good hearing, and he's designed like a mouse, like little teeth and big ears and stuff. And it's a good hearing part. Yes, kind of weird. Also, by the way, I do plan to check out the Kingdom anime when I can. I want to check that out, but it's gonna take me a while. I'll get through season 1, which is 32 episodes. It's gonna be much longer. Oh, actually, if I do. No, wait, it's about the same level as part 6 of JoJo. I was able to binge through all the episodes within a day. So if I do it specific, if I start early in the morning, I'll be able to get through season 1 within a day. But I do the same again. So I'll give it a try when I can. Even though Gambo was going to betray him, Dokuyu doesn't care. He just want to see more of that flashy skills. Gemba. I mean, she actually see Gemba in action and show how he does some bows. Not with direct contact type of fighting. Like, it's not the direct type of contact, not direct contact type of fighting you like seeing Battle Shonen. Instead, it's more of a distance. Which, not a bad idea. Something wrong with that. So anyway, let's escape. Like Gemba signed officially to join them in their fellow group. Basically saying they bear pain once it's all over. So now Tokiyu's got his third retainer. There's some stuff I calmed down on because of comedy. Never want a comedy. Gimba also is a delightful character. So yeah, unfortunately, Yoshige lost his power for one day. On one specific day, Yoshige loses his power to see into the future, but that's only a temporary thing. I just want anyone to find out about it. Mostly not to cause a panic. Because if you see panicking, then the others will start panicking too. Okay, but when be disorganized. At least that's what I'm getting from it. It's a lot of good comedy early on for that one. Seems like it's set for a gag manga too. As the Toyuki and his group known as the Elusive Warriors, I'm gonna head on to the village. So that's funny. I village, they end up casting someone who's a dual-wield sword. Dual-wield swords. That. I'm actually sorry misunderstanding. His name is Fubuki. He actually is familiar with Shizuku. But for a comedic reason, as he's a bit of a glutton. And he did help him before he had to be the level. He actually basically ends up coming to the village by chance, basically looking for food, ask for food. Of course, he's being attacked by more members of the army. So he first started protecting the children. Yes. Again, it's going to help him out in this cause. He fights with the three army general, the three strongest members of the army, but four members technically, but one gets killed pretty easily. Tokiyuki facing up against the general, while Fubuki faces up against a crazy guy with a Buddha symbol on his head. Well, Gojo and Ayako face up against another one general. These are pretty cool fights. Each managed to win their own battles. Fubuki is a really good strategist. Everything's over. Causing the whole army to retreat when Yoshige and the Suwa clan show up. So as Tokiyuki basically asked if Fubuki can become one of his retainers. Fubuki was looking for a lord to serve. Title lord. And well, he didn't even know he found one. But yeah, Tokiyuki revealed his identity. So he honors a fifth of main character of the season. Of course, there are going to be 3 more main characters that will join. New Spawn working together. So most of it will start appearing in season 2. So yeah, a great comedy again. And the final portion of the story is them being sent to stop some soldiers from fighting and going out to battle to die. The main antagonist in this portion is actually played by a familiar voice actor if you watch anime. I don't know his name, but he's one of them playing Mayumi Kuretsuchi. What's his name? Mayumi? Is it Mayumi? Yeah, there's Captain Kuretsuchi in Bleach. And if you know that voice actor, you know him as Frieza from Dragon Ball. Yep, freaking Frieza. Yeah. So. Sorry. Anyway, again, the ones who go up the loser boys are just the boys. Take care of this problem. Aiko and Shizuku stay behind. Also, Shizuku is a bit mysterious with her powers. Now, of course, Shizuku will reveal it in time. So yeah. Or else they won't listen and when the battlefield No, but Tokiyuki must get the wins. But the leader is pissed. But given that Tokiyuki has the same way really thinks that this is not good. Big die, what would people look for that? But there's because he got splashed with alcohol and he ends up getting drunk. It's quite funny. Also, at this point, a year and a half has passed. It's now year 1334. So the battle ended in 1335. Why 2 years exactly? I don't know. Could he say be when he's like a teenager or something? Maybe? I don't know. Weird choice for 2 years, but because it feels like we're approaching that story pretty quickly. We'll see how Matsui does it in season 2. So, sorry, thank you. So, we'll get run down. A lot of good comedy though. Anyway, former strategy. Take care of it. A great other focuses a bit on Kojiro. Some kind down stuff. I'm not gonna remember this stuff. No, not gonna remember this stuff. So That night the battle begins. The women and children. Well, this battle is mostly not a typical type of fighting. The only one battle that's most focused is with Kojiro. And she battles against one of the guy's general. It was tough. As a help is what because the team the Sewer clan of allies. He managed to kill the guy win the fight. Yeah, managed to escape. Fuku is the leader alive because he's pathetic. So so what's the fight? It's over. And again, I thank for what they done. Oh, man. This battle helped Kojiro learn. Sometimes working a team is best. To make up your differences and make up your weight differences. Since he was younger and so not strong as an adult. And I say hello for that plan for the next adventure. And where we plan to talk about shit. The couch. The Gauji. It's just that if you read the English manga, the names have been said like Japanese. Instead of Tokuyuki Hojo, it's Hojo Tokuyuki. So yeah, the guy's got something cooked up. Unless you learn the reason why he betrayed them. But for now, guess we'll just have to wait and see what goes on. In season 2, which will be at some point in July. So, sorry I didn't go much detail. I was talking about stuff. So, you gotta work on making these shorter, but thank you guys for watching. Enjoy my content. Please thumbs up button. I want to see more Square channel notification about the all these comes in the future. And well, hopefully I don't know what other videos will be coming out by the time the series comes out, season 2 comes out. We'll be able to watch it when it comes out and not stuck in lazy again. We'll see. Q Phoenix out.